like crazy. Look at that. Look, it's like a freaking bulldozer. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the review, the video that we've all been waiting for, because we are here in Moab, Utah, the mecca of off-roading in America. And we have got some of the most, the most off-road worthy half-ton trucks that you can buy. And coming up right now, we are not only going to find out which of these trucks has the best four-wheel drive system, which one is the most off-road capable domestic half-ton, but which one we would buy. So Andre, are you ready to saddle up and start our engines?
Let's fire them up and let's gear down.
Let's hit the trail. I'm driving this, the brand new 2019 Ram Rebel. The most off-road worthy half-ton Ram you can buy. It's got skid plates front and rear. It's got 33-inch Goodyear Wrangler Duratrac tires. It's got 10.8 inches of ground clearance. The approach angle is 23.3 and the departure angle is 27.2. Now interestingly, I'm the only truck here with coil springs all around, and I've got Bilstein shocks to boot. We've driven up on this rock here to test the articulation. You can see my shiny coil springs right here. Now I do have the shortest wheelbase of the group, which should help me off-road, but on this little test here, I've exceeded maximum articulation. My one problem today is gonna be these side steps. They're made out of this fairly flimsy plastic, and I think I'm definitely gonna do some scraping today. Now one thing I definitely have to worry about out here are these really cool looking exhaust pipes. Coming off some of these rocks, I'm worried that they're gonna turn into pancakes by the end of the day.
I am driving the brand new Chevy Silverado Z71 Trailboss, the most off-road worthy Silverado, actually half-ton you could buy from Chevy. And I've got an approach angle of 28.7, which is better than the Ram, and my departure angle is identical to the Ram's. I've also got 10.88 inches of ground clearance, so I've got 32-inch Wranglers, and unlike Tommy's, what makes these cool is that the black lettering is on the outside. Now normally I would have side steps, but when we told Chevy that we're going to Moab, they decided to take them off. I've got a 2-inch block lift, and actually you can see it right there because I am completely out of articulation, and unlike Tommy's Bilsteins, I've got way cool white and red Ranchos. Check it out, guys. My exhaust pipes come pre-squished from the factory. That's right, they're rectangular, so I won't hopefully be hitting the bottom of these.
I'm driving the updated 2019 Ford Raptor, and this truck is really in a class of its own because it has really trick suspension. Yeah, those Bilstein and Rancher shocks are really cute, but these are 3-inch diameter Fox live valve. They're active shocks. That means they adapt to the terrain the truck is on. I have the most ground clearance, according to Ford, 11.5 inches. I have the tallest tire, a 35-inch tall tire from BF Goodrich. It's a KO2. I have the best approach angle of 30.2, but I have the worst departure angle. Let me show you. I guess there's consensus among manufacturers that the tailpipes have to come out the back and they have to hang down low. But in the Raptor's case, here I have 23 degrees of departure, which is the worst of these three. And last time we were here, last year, we actually squished this tailpipe, so I'm really nervous about this.
Hey guys?
Yeah.
Can we make a gentleman's agreement?
Yeah,
Sure.
what's up?
You know that tailpipe on the Raptor that used to be round, it's not kind of oval?
What happens in Moab stays in Moab?
No, let's blame Mr. Truck.
Okay, good.
Dude, what is your problem?
Yeah.
The Raptor has 13.9 inches of rear wheel travel, and you can see that here. Using the 35-inch tall tire, I'm actually not off the ground. See? I'm still on the ground in the same spot where the Ram and the Chevy were. I have a steel side step that's unique to the Raptor, but I don't think it's gonna help me. It just makes the truck really, really wide. It's already a really wide truck. Regular shock absorbers do just that. They absorb shock, they react. But these shocks are special because in certain situations, they can actually predict what's happening. You see this wire? It's basically taking input from the computer, which has many, many sensors, and it could tell it, hey, the front tires are off the ground. Stiffen the shock ahead of time. I might be jumping and I need a stiffer shock. That's really smart. Okay, I'm going to about 27 psi. You don't want to go too low on your pressures and risk losing the bead and separating the tire from the rim and losing too much ground clearance, but going to about 27-28 psi gives you a wider contact patch on the tire, gives you more traction on the slick rock.
Before we start this epic and awesome Moab mashup review, let me just throw some important numbers out there. The Silverado, $57,000. The Ram Rebel, $59,000 MSRP. The Raptor, $74,000. This truck is in a class of its own, and it really doesn't compete directly with the other two, which do compete directly for your hard-earned dollars.
The Rebel, of course, has four-wheel drive, but more importantly, four-wheel drive low. Let's engage that now. Four-wheel drive low. So I have to be in neutral, four-wheel drive low engage, but more importantly, this little button down here is really gonna save my bacon off-road. That right there is our rear axle lock. Just simply push it, it's engaged. Now we've got the rear wheels spinning at the same speed regardless of the terrain I'm going over. I also have a pretty advanced hill descent control system we'll try out today. The hill descent control is speed adjustable using the gear limit toggles here on the steering wheel. I'm locked up, I got four-wheel drive engaged. I can simply pop my locker on and off when I need it, and I'm ready to hit the trail. Now I chose this truck because, well, it's really badass. This is one serious off-road truck. We're going over our first obstacle here, and it'll give me an opportunity to demonstrate why this truck is so cool. So approaching it, articulated, and now rear wheel's spinning pretty good. So all I need to do now, click my axle lock button, rear axle locked, and bam, right over the obstacle. An electronically engaging rear locking differential seems like a pretty basic piece of kit, but it completely transforms the off-road ability of any truck, and this truck especially.
Now, unlike the other two trucks here, I actually don't have an electronic rear differential lock. I have what Chevy calls a G80. It, in essence, is basically a sort of kind of Detroit locker. So the rear diff locks up when the truck senses that it needs more traction. But this is all I can do. 4-low, traditional transfer case, G80 in the back, and hope for the best. So put in neutral, hit 4-low, traction control off, four-wheel drive engaged. Now I do have a hill descent control which allows me to control the speed at which this truck goes down hills. I don't like using hill descent control. I like using my big toe. I just feel like I have more control, but it is a nice feature to have on an off-road truck. Now you guys might be wondering, why did I pick the Trailboss? And that answer is, this is really the only quote-unquote new truck here, right? Chevy has stepped up their game to compete with what is becoming really a popular segment, off-road trucks. So I want to see just how much they stepped up their game and just how good this bad boy is when this dirt road turns into the slick rock of Moab. Right off the bat, we're going to put this truck in a really awkward, articulated area where one of the wheels is going to be in the air, and I'm going to lose traction. Like I'm doing right now. There we go. Figured it out.
All right, it's time to put the Raptor in its most off-road worthy mode for rock crawling today. It has several different ways in which you can engage 4-low and also all the other gadgets that are related to it. Let me show you. So first you can use this knob to the right of the steering wheel to go into 4-auto, 4-high, or 4-low. You can also enable your rear locker. But there's another way to do it. The Raptor now has up to 7 different drive modes. and currently I'm in normal. But look at this, if I go to rock crawl, it will put me in low automatically and it will lock my rear end. So here you can see the rest of it. 4 low, traction control disabled, rear locker enabled, boom. And you can also have your Raptor status, where you could see that the suspension is in off-road mode, rock crawl, all of the information is displayed in one screen. Also, I have a 360-degree camera, which the other two trucks don't. So if you want gadgets, you got them. I also have trail control, which is this button here, which is basically slow speed cruise control, and I'll be engaging it on this trail. I chose the 2019 Raptor very simply. It's in its class by itself. It's loaded with technology. It's got the hardware. It's not just, the engine and transmission. It's the way the chassis and suspension are set up. Yes, it may not fit on a tight forest trail. I realize that. But for the rest of it, this is it. This Raptor is fully loaded. It has an 802A package, which also means that it has a Torsen limited slip front differential. So not only do I have an engageable rear locker, which is currently enabled, I also have a Torsen front, and that makes this a breeze. I didn't really have any slippage here on the first part of the trail, and I'm just enjoying myself. It's just a afternoon drive. Hey Roman!
Yo!
Your rear locker wasn't engaging.
Well, what am I supposed to do about that?
Get out and fix your G80.
It does it on its own, Andre. I can't do anything. I saw it, man. But I did get the smell of burning rubber. That was very nice.
I really like the design of this new Ram Rebel, and that's largely because they really differentiated it from the standard Ram. It's got a completely different front end with a special nose and unique bash plates. It's got these really aggressive tow hooks in the front. The interior is different. You have special seats, special trim on the inside. It actually says Rebel in the gauge cluster here. Just really a cool design.
I have to tell you, I think from kind of just a looks-wise, which is the most aggressive, I know the Raptor has that heavy-duty wide body and that classic Coca-Cola shape, but the front end of this truck is just freaking sexy. I love the idea of a fist into the wind, and that's really what the designer was going for. I gotta tell you, I'm a little underwhelmed by the interior. And I kind of see a sea of black. I see kind of traditional chrome ring gauges, which feel like something the GM used to do 20 years ago, and they did. This truck also has these kind of toggle switches at the bottom here, which I really think are good looking. The problem, of course, is there's some blank ones. I hate blank switches. I'm like, what didn't I get for my $57,000?
Another reason, or several reasons, why I chose the Raptor as the truck for this trip is very simply style. There's no mistaking the Ford Raptor. It's so much wider than the regular F-150, and it has unique style, unique fenders. I mean, those are the good things. Interior for 2019. Here you can see the new Recaro seats. They are additional cost though, about $2,400. In fact, the entire truck is now more expensive. It's about $2,200 more than a 2018 Raptor. And once you load it all the way up, this one is $74,000. You can get them to $78,000 MSRP. That's pricey.
So this little ravine here is going to be a great test of approach angle to see if we bottom out the front getting up this rocky section. Okay, here we go. Let's see what happens. Taking it at a little bit of an angle.
Look at that articulation.
Am I going to kill that camera back there?
No. You might kill the exhaust pipe though. Whoa, look at that. Oh, there goes the camera. And there goes the tailpipe. You're hitting the tailpipe, Tommy. Keep going, don't stop. Oh, first blood.
All right, the Trailboss is next, guys, and the Rebel already went through this section right here, which is a big dip, which means we're testing approach, departure, everything, and these trucks are crew cabs, so they have a lot of length.
You know, the first time you scrape, it's always the hardest. After that,
Turn a little bit, driver.
After that, it doesn't hurt as much.
Whoa.
All right, how you doing in the back there, boys?
Yellow our GoPro. Oh, that was so close. You're good.
She did not touch? What?
I didn't touch my pre-flattened exhaust. So, good job, Trailboss.
Okay, I'm gonna hit it straight up because normally I would use a diagonal line to cross this, but because of my exhaust pipes hanging down low, I'm gonna try to use my hitch. How's it looking?
Straight on.
You're good. Let's go. It's gonna hit or not hit.
Slow.
Slow, slow, slow.
Slow. Keep going. Creep.
Keep going.
Creep. Creep.
Creep. Okay, I'm going.
Yep. Keep going.
Keep going. Oh! There you go. First blood. Hitch and
It's fine. It's a hitch.
it's hitch and exhaust pipes. The other cool thing about the Raptor, it's the only truck here that actually has a full-size spare that's the same brand as the 4 main tires, right? He's got
Well, same tire. It's the same exact tire.
yeah, he's got a KO2.
Yeah, we don't.
We don't look like crappy spare tires we have, but they're not Duratrax.
Okay, so the approach angle is great. The departure angle, not so good.
All right, boys, I'm gonna rank how these trucks did on this obstacle. I'm gonna go with Silverado being number 1 because it barely touched the
I agree.
the ground clearance.
Yeah, okay.
Didn't touch. Number 2 has to be the Ram because it hit the exhaust pipe, but that's all. But number 3, Andre,
What?
is you. You hit both the exhaust pipe and the trailer hitch.
Okay, let's see what happens next.
And the visibility is a little bit tricky, but the Ram itself is very capable.
It's almost impossible to see where you're going, and unfortunately,
Kind of a cool shot from here.
that's cool, Andre. But I'm trying to do some talking here.
What?
I'm trying to record some video here. You want to tell me how to merge onto a highway?
You gotta remember, the stop sign, you approach gently, okay?
I appreciate it. Okay, let me try it again. Here we go, one more time. This video is sponsored by our friends over at Rugged Radios, and if you want to give your best friend or buddy smack talk like I just did, head on over to Rugged Radios and use the discount code FASTRadio to get a TFL discount on radios just like this. So I've been driving the different trucks around because we need to move them around for videography and photography, and I gotta tell you, they share one horrible distinction, and that is you cannot see where the front wheel is. The overview of these massive fenders is almost impossible, so it doesn't take a lot of angle before I can't see what's straight ahead of me. Like right now, I have no clue where I'm going or where I'm placing my wheels, and that is the most terrifying thing about this. Okay, Andre, your turn. Maybe we should spot him. It's pretty hard to see over the front of the truck here. So, Tommy, you have a radio, Tommy?
I have a front camera.
Oh, Andre has a front camera. So, wah, ha, ha. What'd he do there, Andre? Good for you. You have a front camera.
My truck is technology laden.
Andre's got a front camera. Of course he's got a front camera. Dude, for $74,000, you should have like 10 front cameras.
Okay, I'm gonna use all my tech. The camera flattens obstacles just a little bit, which doesn't give you good depth perception.
This is a pretty steep little part, and there's a little shelf that kind of drops off. And you can tell where the shelf drops off, because that's where all the slick rock has been turned white from people hitting various parts of the underneath of their vehicles. So let's see how the Rebel does. You good to go, Tommy? All right, go for it. So Tommy's going for it now, and we're gonna see how he does. Let me show you the shelf. It's right here. Whoa, there's the shelf. This is where people hit, and of course right there, all these white sections. That tends to be the bottom of vehicles coming into contact with slick rock. And by the way, slick rock is only slick when it gets wet. It's actually remarkably not slick and sticky when it's not wet.
Okay, so this is a pretty steep and rutted out downhill, so I'm going to go ahead and use hill descent control and set it to 0.6 of a mile an hour, which is the slowest it'll let me set it to.
There you go. That's the test.
Am I straight on?
Great. Keep coming straight down. You're perfect. You're straight in line. You got a little bit of a step. You got 5 feet before you hit it.
Oh, actually, that is hill descent control really helping there.
You got 3 feet. You got 2 feet. You're about to hit, dude. There you go. Now your wheel's about to go over. There you go. You're going over.
Oh.
You hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Golly.
Now, here's the question. Is he going to hit the exhaust pipes? Probably.
Are you ready?
This is departure angle. Oh my, it sounds like a very, very distraught cow. Okay, you're about to hit, Tommy. Keep going, keep going. Okay, you're going to go down now. I'm going to bet that the hitch is going to hit. All right, you're about to go down. Going down, hit your hit.
So the hill descent control works, but it's just a little bit too fast for that hill.
All right, my turn in the Trailboss. So am I gonna hit? Luckily, I've got those pre-squished exhaust pipes. Tommy, I've got the camera for you. Okay, Trailboss. Let's see if you're the boss of this trail. You knew I had to say that at some point, right?
Straighten her out. Straighten her out. There you go.
Released. Let me control my speed. There it is, it's on now. All right, let's see
Here we
how
go.
hard I hit.
Oh, just a little bit to your driver.
All right, what am I about to go over the ledge?
No, you've got probably 3 feet,
All right.
2.5 feet.
Let's see, I'm about to hit face.
Okay, slow as you can. Hard on the brakes, hard on the brakes. Okay,
I didn't hit!
well done.
Whoa!
Hold on, slowly.
There goes the radio.
Slowly, yep, you're looking good there. 1.5 feet. Okay, slow, hard on the brakes.
Oh!
Yeah, there it is.
Yikes.
That was a hit.
Was that the hitch?
That was a hitch.
But no exhaust pipe.
No, the exhausts were flat.
Trailboss, Trailboss, Trailboss! I think you are the boss of this trail. Longest wheelbase? Ha! Trailboss says, who the boss?
Hey Roman, I have a question.
What's your question?
How does it feel to have a Raptor always lurking behind you?
Who's the boss now, Andre? Who's the boss now?
I'm using trail control system at 1 mile an hour. On this ledge, it feels a little fast. I have a front skid plate.
Nice and slow.
I'm
You
using
got
more.
another 4 feet.
Straight on down.
Ah, it's 90 degrees. It's gonna go.
Oh, 1 more foot. Keep coming slow. You're about to hit. Slow.
The
Yeah,
brakes.
hard on the brakes now.
I'm not sure what that was.
Oh, slow, slow, slow.
Okay, nice and slow. Let's see how we're doing back here.
Slow, slow, slow.
2 feet, about a foot. Okay, hard on the brakes. You're about to come on down. Okay, it's gonna It's gonna hit right. One more inch is gonna hit now. There you go.
What is that?
Your hit. That's your hit. Your exhausts are clear though.
I don't like dragging my butt. I don't like it.
There you go. Nice.
Okay, it's still good, it's still fine. It's not damaged. Just a little hitch stuff. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here whatsoever.
Now the nice thing is compared to the Raptor, I have more line options just because the Rebel is so much narrower. And I must say I am quite enjoying that now on this rather rocky section. But I think the best option is probably diff lock on and then up the hill. That's why you want a diff lock.
All right, this part I'm a little bit worried about, guys, because it's very steep and you need as much locker as you can to get up here. Whoa, that was close. Holy cow, that was close. But I'm gonna show these guys how it's done because they're kind of juniors at this. Guys, this is how it's done, okay? Just a smidge of momentum and 4-low with a rear locker and the front torsion. Booyah. Raptor didn't care. Raptor didn't care, huh?
Not so much.
Not so much. Those bigger wheels and that suspension.
I think the tires are a little bit better for this stuff too.
Yeah, yeah. All right, well, now we go down that butt clenching part.
Yep, butt clencher.
So let's go. I've got my gauges on.
Okay.
All right, let's go do that. Look at all these guys.
Alright, Tommy, you're in the butt clenching part.
I'm in the butt clenchy part.
This looks much harder from the outside than on the inside.
That's my hill descent control set to 0.6 of a mile an hour.
Nice.
Foot is off the brake. Wow, that's pretty good actually. That's really good. Hill descent control is working brilliantly.
Let's see if he actually hits it. Oh, was that hill descent or was that you?
That was hill descent.
Wow.
Locked him up, huh?
Yeah, nice. Oh, so close. That was millimeters from hitting. You're clear, too. How steep do you think we'll get?
You know, I think it'll be 30.
30. Okay, that's
This is butt clenching here.
All right, here we go, guys. I'm going to show you on this camera how steep and deep this really gets.
A little bit to your driver. Yep, there you go.
Not quite
yeah,
30.
Passenger.
Look at that, 23 degrees. Whoa, I'm sliding. And 25 degrees. Look, guys, it's like a ride at Disney. I'm just hanging on. Woo! By my seatbelt. That's what 25 degrees feels like. Am I gonna hit? No hitting. Cool. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Am I okay?
Yep.
Ugh.
Keep going where you're going.
Why is it so unnerving? Why is it so...
That's real steep.
I mean, I've done this several times before, but still, I don't like doing this. 23 degrees, 24, 26, 27, I'm looking at the ground, 28, slowly, slowly.
Slow.
I don't want to touch my hitch. I did not slide. I did not hit. Yes!
No slide there. That was really good, actually. I'm really impressed.
One more obstacle, guys.
One more.
This was a butt clencher. And now we're gonna call it
Now the tailpipe squisher
exactly.
Oh,
The tailpipe squisher
is coming.
is coming. All right, let's go do it.
Okay, try some faster sandy stuff here, just a brief section. I got two-wheel drive traction control off. Whee, look at this. Not bad, Ram. Not bad at all.
Let's see how the Trailboss does in a little bit of high-speed running. Whoa, 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 whoa. That was a little too fast, maybe.
You got like 4 feet of air on them. I wish I had a camera. You got like 4 feet of air on the front end there.
I put the truck into Baja mode. It's very sandy. What it does, it actually makes the throttle very aggressive. It maintains the gear. It lets the engine stay high revving, and it's a lot of fun as well.
We're calling this obstacle the tailpipe squisher because last time we were here, it really did do a number on the Raptor's tailpipe, making it a proper Ford oval. So there it is, right down there. Here's the mini tailpipe squisher. Here's the full-on tailpipe squisher.
Ooh, nice and slow. Look at that hill ascent control.
Perfect. Oh, now you're sliding. You're gonna hit your Johnson. Keep going, you're good.
Oh, did I get a Sandy Johnson?
Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, is he gonna hit? Look at these just soft sand. The problem is that this license plate holder sticks down below
Oh God.
the actual skid plate. But the skid plate is all metal. All right, good. Bring the radio. Hit down with the pipe. Hold on. Go, just go.
Wow.
You know what we need? A catback exhaust.
Yeah, we do need a catback exhaust. It'll buff right out. Let's keep going. Come on, let's just do this.
Go.
Just go. Just get the pain over with. It's like pulling a Band-Aid. Let's just do it. That's how steep it is, guys. Look. All right, keep it coming.
Good ahead, you're good.
Yeah, go for it. There's nothing you can do here.
It's gonna slide. Ready?
You're about to hit gold. Yeah, just go straight.
There you go. You're back.
You're ahead.
Oh, there goes the license plate. Go. Ah. Wow. Look at this. And there's that.
Did I do that?
You did all this. Let's see if this broke off. No, it's still holding. I gotta tell you guys, I'm a little worried. This is plastic. That's the bad news. The good news is this is higher up. So I'll probably hit there.
It's fine. Tommy already plowed the way for you. Just go.
I can't see anything, so I'm just pretty much driving blind here.
Now, Slick Rock has a lot of traction. Sand on top of Slick Rock, not so much.
Slowly.
Slowly.
Go straight.
Straight on. Yeah, you're looking good.
Wow, nothing. Oh, too soon. Is the pre-squished tailpipe now more pre-squished?
No, it's the same.
It looks good.
Okay.
Keep coming.
Driver.
Okay, straighten her out.
Okay, here we go.
A little bit more driver.
Oh, I can see where Tommy plowed before.
Straighten her
Whoa!
out.
What's happening?
You're good. You got another 2 feet, nice and slow.
Am I plowing?
Not yet. Slow. Oh. Okay. Just a little bit of plowing. Not bad at all, though. That wasn't brilliant.
Trailboss, what happened? Tailpipe squisher lives up to its name.
It's a little bit dented, but it's pretty much perfect.
Okay, all right. Well, let's see how the Raptor does, huh?
This is my least favorite part. My approach angle in the front is really great. I'm not worried about that. What I'm really worried about is the rear.
Slow down, slow, slow, slow.
Yep.
Go for it. Oh!
There you go. Straight on. There's only one line.
Oh, please don't fall underneath the truck.
Let's see if he plows. There he comes. The fact is, we plowed everything, Tommy. Whoa, he might plow. Nothing.
Free of plowing over here.
Thank you for plowing for me.
Okay, slow.
Ouch! Oh!
No, 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 no. Oh, it's gonna buff out. No problem.
No buff out. So guys, are these actually official names that we're coming up with, like butt clencher, mini tailpipe squisher? Are these things that we're kind of...
Well, they are now.
They're now. Now they're official. So when you go run fins and things, you know which one's butt clencher and which one's tailpipe squisher. So what have we learned from this last obstacle?
We learned that all these trucks have tailpipes hanging down.
Way too low.
Yes.
We've also learned that, let's go over here. Let's look at the Silverado.
Well, the Silverado's actually interesting. So we've got these shrouds that got a little bit of a dent here, but the actual tailpipe itself lives inside the shroud. So the tailpipe wasn't affected. It was just these little tips here. Cosmetic tips, yeah. And we also definitely got some rash in the bumper here.
All right, well, let's look at the Rebel. So the Rebel plowed the most, but then it had the most sand to plow, right?
Yeah.
Yes, but it also has the worst approach angle. So
Yeah.
it kind of makes sense.
And you can tell. And it also had the same issue with the tailpipe.
But these aren't bent.
No, they're not bent. These fit.
But my tailpipes, they got a little bit scratched underneath, but they're very strong. They're strong pipes.
Yeah, they are strong pipes. I think the Rebel has the worst approach angle, and you can really tell.
Yep.
It plowed the most, but then again, it plowed all the sand
for us to go through.
for us to go through. The other thing, of course, we learned is that hitches aren't great for off-roading. They're great for towing, but not good for off-roading.
No, but they're better than the exhaust pipes hanging down.
Yeah, and they're protecting our bumper.
All right. So I'd rather have a scratched up hitch than a scratched up tailpipe than a scratched up bumper.
For sure.
Puddle or lake? Hard to say, but we're about to find out. It's pretty steep, but is it deep? Tommy,
Yeah.
you get to go first. Yeah, if it goes over your rails there, Tommy, your side steps, you're probably okay. But if it goes over your wheels, not so good.
You know, water and me don't mix very well
I know, you had some bad experiences with water.
in Utah.
Yes, in Utah. I recall the Hummer incident.
Okay,
The
well,
notorious Hummer. Oh, you don't want to talk about it on
No,
here, do
let's not. Let's watch the Rebel, okay? You know, I didn't realize we're gonna test the water fording capabilities of these
Well,
trucks.
you know, we're very thorough, Andre.
Yes.
So far, he's not swimming.
Ooh,
Ooh.
it's nice.
You know, the other thing, you don't know what is in the water. There could be big boulders,
There could be alligators.
Utah alligators.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, that's pretty deep. Look at that. Whoa.
Ooh, there's something there.
Yeah. It's pretty deep. His exhausts are almost bubbling.
Yeah, they are. He's turning into a boat, TFL boat.
Well, we haven't gotten to muddy yet, so.
All right, well, it's your turn.
Oh, damn. All right. You got the most ground clearance, don't you?
A little bit more, yeah. The Trailboss has, what, about 10.88 inches of ground clearance, just a hair more than the Rebel, but the Raptor has 11.5 according to the manufacturer specs. So we'll have to see how Roman deals with this. There's a little bit of a ledge on the passenger side right there. taking a slightly different line. Okay, it's my turn. I don't want to hit anything. And I'm trying to take it really gently. This is a 27-degree slope. And then I'm going swimming! This is a lot of fun. This is good.
Boy, that was a hoot, guys. I had a lot of fun. And I think we can all agree that given the choice, the Raptor is in a class of its own,
Yeah.
right? It's $15,000 more, and it really doesn't compete with the Silverado or the Rebel because there's just $15,000 worth of tech in there that you don't get in the other two trucks.
Absolutely agree. You pay more, but you also get a lot more.
Yeah, so the real question is, if it were your money, given the apples to apples comparison, the Silverado versus the Rebel, which would you take? Let's start with you, Tommy.
So Silverado and Rebel, especially out here in Moab, the Silverado has a much better approach angle, and the Rebel, I always felt like that nose was going to dig into stuff. It's got just a little bit more ground clearance. And honestly, I think the design is better. It's more aggressive, it's more in your face. I think they toned the Ram styling down just a little bit too much. So if it was my money, I'd go for the Silverado.
And obviously it was the company's money and I chose the Rebel for our long-term comparison. I did that for one simple reason, and that reason still holds true. I love the interior of that truck, and it's what I see, it's what I feel, it's what I smell when I'm sitting behind the wheel. So it's the experience that I get behind the wheel. And to me, the Rebel feels a lot more special. Yeah, it may not be as good off-road as the Silverado, but behind the wheel, it just feels special. Andre, what about you?
Oh, this is a very close call because I think the Trailboss and the Rebel really compete for your dollar. They're very close, but I'm gonna give a slight edge to the Silverado, the Trailboss. I think out here today, it showed that it was not quite touching quite as much as the Rebel.
Well, there you guys have it. We have some results. And we're really curious as to what you guys think. In the comments below, please let us know which truck you would choose. And the elephant in the room, of course, is would you pay $15,000 more
For the Raptor.
for the Raptor? As always, this is Roman
And Tommy.
And Andre,
saying thanks for watching. Remember, check out tfltruck.com for more news, views, and of course,
Real world off-road Moab.
reviews, fun off-roading.
hell yeah. So, which was worse, the butt clencher or the tailpipe squisher?
They were all bad.
Butt
The
clencher.
tailpipe, I hate damaging stuff. I hate it.